All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I am with you for a little bit. I'm with you for a little bit. I think today will be a full show. I think. Um, I'm sorry. I'm watching Wyatt over here. Kind of laughing at what's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name. Dude used to call in and say crazy stuff. I can't remember his name. Anyway, I'm back. Thank you guys for your patience. Yesterday, of course, I'm not typically here on Tuesdays, so yesterday I was not here. Um, yes, Trinice. But I'm back. Let me say hello to the people. Robert Willis in the house. Good afternoon, Robert Willis. Good afternoon. Man, it's flying on me. Preston in the house representing Avondale. Good afternoon, Preston. Good afternoon. We got Dwayne in the house. Dwayne representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Brent representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Lewis Talbert, not Lewis C.K. Good afternoon. Lewis is representing Sharonville. We got David in the house. David representing Westchester. My understanding is the little baby will be back on Friday. Of course, I probably won't see her on Friday. I don't know when I'll see her. Give her a little bit of time to get. But I think she's supposed to be back on Friday. Dwayne, did I already say Dwayne? Yeah, Dwayne in the house. Good afternoon, Dwayne. Oh, hold on. Pat in the house, representing, she didn't say where. Good afternoon, Pat. Thanks for supporting the show. Cedric, what's up? What's up, Cedric? David, and I promised that I would get some, didn't I? Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on, where's my pen? I don't see my pen to take my notes. After the show, somebody remind me as the show's going off, get the intro music, because I'll do it after the show if I remember. Remind me to get the intro music, all right? David, that can be your job. That can be your contribution to the show today. Just at around 5 o'clock, say, don't forget the intro music. I'll get some intro music and get it ready. Tria, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Tria is representing Columbia Township. Thank you, ma'am, for supporting the show. Got David Martin in the house. David Martin representing Hebron. Good afternoon, David. Good afternoon. Got Pamela Kinney in the house representing North Avondale. Good afternoon, Pamela. David telling me there's Trinice. Daryl in the house. Good afternoon, Daryl. Hit the theme song. I'm not the bigger person. I did see that. That was funny. And I'm not. And I'm not even trying to be. So it is what it is. Mike Ballard, representing Sharonville. Good afternoon, Mike. Again, Mike, are you in any bands currently? Are you playing in any bands? Just curious. I want to come out and support you if you are. Drea, representing Sycamore Township. Good afternoon. DeAndre in the house. Yo. Let me see. Dave said we need a coming back party for little baby. She be all right. Brenda in the house representing Fairfield. Good afternoon. Lewis says, Livingston, I am the sandwich king. Today is bologna and Swiss capicola on rye. I don't like rye. I don't know how you became the sandwich king. I'm not even 100% sure what that means, but thank you for checking out the show. Let's see. David says, I'm in for a short show. Good afternoon, Diane. Diane, representing Gulf Manor. And Daryl says he's representing beautiful Forest Park. Regina in the house from Madisonville. All right. Daryl says, you're going to use that Black Man United song. You know what? I'm not coming up. I have to do all of the stuff to get the rights to play music. And I don't do that, or at least I haven't done that, because I don't typically play music on my show. I don't typically play music. So I would be paying for the rights to use music to play one song a show. It just don't seem like it's worth it to me. So no, it'll probably be some really generic countdown music. I need to catch Little Baby with an RKO out of nowhere. That's funny. She would enjoy that. She would enjoy that. Jerica. Hola to you too. Cedric says, ours. Teeness. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, he spelled it IRZTEENI capital S capital S. Teeness. I don't know what that means. Tried to go back and watch the show from Monday. Can't find it. Heard it was good. Yeah, it's all right. They won't put it up because of the breakdancing segment. I might have to. I can go in, I believe, and edit that portion out. So maybe I'll do that and then put the show back up. Oh, he says it's Trenis. It's not how it's spelled. Let's see. Michael says no, but thanks for your consideration. Ah, okay. I don't know why I thought you were playing somewhere. Stephanie says, hey, E, how you doing? And Stephanie's representing Roseline. I'm doing good. Maria in the house. Maria, good afternoon. She's representing North College Hill. Jerica says ghost rate. I don't know what that means either. Sorry. I don't know what that means. Andrea says happy hump day. She's representing downtown. Happy hump day to you. Nat Turner, representing the west side. Thank you for checking out the show, Nat Turner. We got Carolyn Smith in the house, representing East Walnut Hills. Good afternoon. Pamela says Yvonne with the fried bologna sandwich card is the sandwich queen. All right. Steban, good afternoon. Steban, representing Westwood. Brent says, I think the show's still available on YouTube. Yeah, I don't think YouTube blocked it. Ron says, sick of your ass too. What's up, E? What's up, Ron? I saw your post. I believe you are factually inaccurate with your post. I'm fairly certain you are. But I understand it. I might get into it. Hold on. That popped up. Shahara says, afternoon. She's present, and she's representing Mason today. We got Tanika in the house, representing Orlando, Florida. Crazy, Emanuel. I just remembered a time you weren't into the idea of doing Facebook Live shows, and I think Raven Monday had to talk you into it, and look at you now. What am I doing now? I was against doing it, but the people asked me to do it. So I do it. That's it. And if the people stop watching it, then I'll stop doing it, and my feelings won't be hurt either way. Ron says, you always say that, but we know. I don't know what that means. I have to say thank you for continuing to talk about the political arena, keeping us informed. It's important. Well, thank you. I try. Or at least I give my little spin on it. Erica. Oh, Erica is late than a mug. Erica, you normally like 1, 2, or 3. You way down here. I don't know. I feel like you neglecting me. You know what I'm saying? I feel neglected now. Erica, good afternoon, representing Reading. Diane likes the gray background. I just wanted to try something different, so I just, grayscaled it. It's the exact same photo, just grayscaled. And thank you. Lady K say, what's up with the black and white background? Just something different. I just wanted to do a little something different today. That's it. It has no secret meaning to it or anything. I just wanted to do a little something different. Rick says, hey, E-Man, from Korang, I'm much better from COVID. That's right, you had COVID. Nobody cared but me. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. But now you can tell you really enjoy it. I always enjoyed it, I guess, when I started doing it. Because I like talking to people. Tanika says, is there a prize for being first in the chat? There is not. Because if there were, oh shoot, now I got to scroll back. Robert Willis would win it almost every day. He would win it almost every day. Let's see. Ron says, I'm going to call and make you tell me how I'm factually inaccurate. I might just tell you, but you are factually inaccurate. Robert said he got White Castles. E-Man, was your sister on Channel 12 News talking about the government square issue yesterday? I don't know. I hadn't heard that she was. I didn't see the news yesterday. I'll be busy. So I didn't see the news, and she didn't call me and tell me she was on the news. That she might have been on the news, but I don't know. Send me a screenshot if you have it. I'll tell you if that's one of my sisters. Jerica says, since you listen to the people, well, we the people request that you stop taking calls from men who have a twin or who work at Kroger. I will always take twins' call. I have no problem with twin. Twin is all right with me. Let me see. You got Mary. Mary in the house. Good afternoon, Mary. Good afternoon. Thank you for checking out the show. And Albert Caldwell. I missed your comment. Good afternoon, Albert. I think that's it. I think that's everyone. So, what do you want to talk about? I stole that line from a wrestler. See, most of y'all wouldn't get that. I could have got that off. I could have got it off. I could have just said that, and then people would have just thought, oh, he's asking us what we want to talk about. That's so kind of him. But because I know I got wrestling fans watching, I had to give credit when I steal somebody's stuff from wrestling. Every once in a while, I'm going to start stealing wrestling stuff and saying it, and y'all ain't going to know. Y'all going to think I just came up with something on my own. Not that that's all that original. So what do you want to talk about? But still got to give credit. Let's see. Oh, and Mary says she's representing White Oak. I got a couple things I want to talk about. I do want to talk a little politics. Let me start off with politics, because I just want to do a little bit of politics. Nothing big is happening. I mean, it's the same stuff. Polls are coming out. Kamala Harris is surging, and they're leading into the Democratic convention. So she might get a bump after the Democratic convention. So if she's up, 3 to 5 points now in the three, what they're calling the main battleground states. What is it? Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. She's up 3 to 5 points in those. After this convention, there's a good chance that she'll get a little convention bump. So she might be, if she's 3 to 5, it might be 5 to 8-ish. She'll get a 2-3 point bump or whatever. And here's what I can tell you. MAGA, as they call themselves, they are going bonkers. They are going bonkers. I'm listening to 700, because I do. I'm listening to 700. Man, they got all kind of theories that they're throwing out. They're trying everything to figure out what to say about her to stop her momentum. And they can't figure it out, which is crazy because, Trump usually just does some kind of childish stuff, comes up with some silly little nickname or something like that. Boom, that'll do it. I got a nickname for her. He'll call her Crazy Kamala. Then they'll be like, oh, Crazy Kamala. And somehow that works on people. But it's not working. And I want to say it's like she found the magic formula, but a whole lot of what she's doing, a whole lot of what they're doing, the Democratic apparatus, a lot of what they're doing, they're taking the stuff that used to work against, or that has kind of worked almost kind of sort of since 2016, and using it against the Republicans, and it's working. Yes, you heard me say it. They are being childish. I don't care what you say. Calling the Republicans weird, even though it's true, it's still a little childish to kind of keep hitting them with it. And there's nothing they can do. To stop it, to stop the momentum. Look, some of it is just her team. I'm not necessarily giving Kamala credit for this, even though, who knows, she may have been the architect of this plan. But her team seems like they've just decided, if they gonna be petty, we gonna be petty. Like, we not doing the Michelle Obama thing. When they go low, we go high. Like, when they go low, we gonna go low with them. And then we gonna go high. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't have to go low. We can create a situation where she don't have to come off as super petty. We can send everybody else out there to be petty. So, okay, she's Crazy Kamala. You weird. She's a phony. You have sex with couches. You know what I'm saying? She laughed too much. You know what I'm saying? Well, they gonna come up with something for everything. And here is what I like about it. I'm gonna call them surrogates, but I'm not really even talking about surrogates. I watch from time to time these people on YouTube who have political platforms that are much more organized, and I'm gonna say serious, than me. That's all they do is talk politics. They are political commentators. And you know, you have those MAGA political commentaries. Steve Bannon and, you know, all those guys. And they got their shows over there. And there is a whole MAGA world. And they're coming up with stuff that we ain't never even heard of. Did you know that not too long ago, when she picked Walz over, what's the governor in Pennsylvania? I can't remember his name now. It's not all that important. He's Jewish. That's what's important to this story. When she picked Walz over the Jewish guy, you know, they floated the idea that she was Shapiro. Thank you. They floated the idea that she's anti-Semitic. Now, a lot of y'all never even heard that. I only heard it because I'll be watching their stuff. I like to hear the stuff that they're saying. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna point that out. I'm gonna respond to it, to the ridiculousness of it. But then it just went away because it was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you know, she's kind of married to a Jewish guy. And so it feels ridiculous to call the lady that's married to the Jewish guy anti-Semitic. And they had a whole piece about it. I listened to, I can't remember who it was, go on a 30-minute rant. Hold on a second, drop. I listened to a host go on an entire 30-minute rant about how Kamala and the Democrats are anti-Semitic because they didn't pick Shapiro, and he was the best person for the job. He was the best candidate. He was the only one that made sense. And because they didn't pick him, it couldn't be because, maybe he had some deficiencies or whatever. It was 100% because they're anti-Semitic. He talked about it for 30 minutes, laid out a whole case. Trust me when I tell you, you don't have to find it or look for it or anything. It's 100% ridiculous. But they got to try something. I'm not mad at them. You got to try something when you're losing, when you're, falling behind. You got to try something. And I'll give it to the Democrats through this curveball of Biden dropping out, Harris stepping up, and the Republicans have been whiffing, trying to get something to come against her. Now she won't talk to the media. This is their big thing now. She's ignoring the media. She won't take questions from the media. She won't talk to the media. But she actually does. Just like, anybody else. She comes out of things, media they're asking her questions. She stops, she answers their questions. Now, she hasn't done a sit down, which she should do. But it's driving them crazy. They are trying to come up with something, and they can't come up with anything that will stick. Let me tell you the other thing that they're trying to push. They're trying to push, first, she's a liar. She's a liar. She lied and told us that Joe Biden was mentally fit, but he's clearly not mentally fit because he dropped out of the race. So that makes her a liar. And if she'll lie to the American people about Joe Biden being mentally fit, she'll lie about anything. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Like reasonable, non-weird people. we understand what happened. But man, they don't know what to do. And the ship is sinking. And all they can do, because they've allowed Donald Trump to be Donald Trump, and they've kind of played off of that, like, oh, he's Donald Trump, oh, let him do what he do. They can't rein him in. Like, if you listen, they're all trying to tell him, like, Trump, stop talking about whether or not she black. That's not how you're going to win this election. Stop talking about the fact that she laughed. That's not how you're going to win this election. They're trying to pull him in. Stop whining about crowd sizes. That's not how you're going to win this election. But he can't stop being him. So they're going to have a hard time getting him to stop. And no matter what happens, they get out there and, they may make a good point about something. And then he goes and he undoes it the next day by like, oh, she's faking her crowd size. That's AI. And that gets all the oxygen. So the only way that I think they're going to have an opportunity to like right the ship, this is going to sound crazy. It's not going to happen. Is to get the old man out of the race. To get the old man who keeps having brain issues, who may not be all that mentally fit, they got to get him out of the race. But they can't do that because if they get Trump to drop out, what's the very valid criticism? Hold on, I thought it was against the Constitution when Biden did it. So he can't drop out now. They're stuck with him. They are stuck with him. And he won't listen to them. This whole thing is crazy. They are going bonkers. Speaking of going bonkers, drop.
What's up, Emanuel?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. I've been listening to your political analysis.
All right. Tell me what this. Hold on, before you tell me what is the latest talking point that the Republicans have.
You hit them all. And that's why I'm sitting here not in amazement because I really haven't heard you talk in depth about politics, but you definitely know some of the strategy. But the one thing you left out,
okay,
you left out political spending because the Trump campaign is being run by a different group than the ones who ran the Trump campaign in 2020. So now, if you noticed, You haven't seen a lot of Trump ads from the campaign talking about Kamala and those subjects that you mentioned. Some super PACs are doing it, but not the Trump campaign. Because, like all those things you said, they have legitimacy to them. Okay?
You think
but
so?
The Democrats are that's why they're out there. That's why the Republicans are bringing it up.
No, I don't think they have legitimacy. I think they're bringing them up, but that just because they bring something up don't mean that there's any legitimacy to it.
Well, again, it's a political contest, okay? Everybody knows where Vice President Harris stood as far as a politician and as a vice president before Joe Biden was kicked out. So when Vice President Harris is installed, everything changed. Like you said, all this new momentum, all this new enthusiasm, all these people showing up at the rallies, okay? But in order for Donald Trump to stay in the news without spending money, he does the things like he did on Elon Musk, on Telemundo, on that YouTuber. So, again, Emanuel, you're right on point.
But all that stuff backfires. Drop. It all backfires on him.
But we won't know. But, Emanuel, we're not going to know until after the Democrat convention.
Why is that?
Because that's when so-called Americans start paying attention, after Labor Day. And that's when traditional campaigns used to really start, and that's when the spending starts, because then you'll know where your battleground states are going to be. So for right now, Emanuel, everything you said is working for the Democrats, but it's not really hurting Donald Trump.
I'm not.
And I can give you an
sure
example.
about that.
I can give you an example.
I would love an example.
Okay. In the latest poll, Kamala Harris has improved with the black vote since she took over. It went from, it was like I think it was like in the low 60s for Biden among all black voters. Now with Kamala Harris, it's 71. But guess what, Emanuel? Hillary Clinton only got 87% of the black vote, and she lost. Joe Biden got 87%. Okay, but remember, Trump got 10%. So what I'm telling you now, the whole COVID factor that allowed Joe Biden to get 80 million votes, and 90% of the ballots cast by the Democrats were mail-in, that's going to be hard for Kamala to duplicate, Emanuel. It's going to be very hard.
I don't know that she has to duplicate that.
How much? Because Trump's going to get at least 70, because he's got 90% approval amongst Republicans.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's true that he's going to get 70. We'll have to see.
Do you know how much? You know how many he got in 2016? I mean, in 2020, do you know how many votes he got?
No, I don't remember the vote totals.
Okay, but I'll tell you this, and everybody in the chat, Stephanie Hyde, Nat Turner, Brent, Lauren, y'all can all fact check this.
Yes.
President Donald John Trump, POTUS 45, receives the most votes of any incumbent president in American history. It was like 74 point some million votes, most ever. But because Joe Biden obviously broke the overall record with 80 million, he became the 46th president of the United States. So all I'm telling you.
What are you telling me?
Kamala got to get her numbers up with the black community, Emanuel. Because right now she's at 71, bro. That ain't going to cut it.
But I'm not sure that that's true. I mean, of course, all of this is speculation. Okay. All of this is speculation. Neither of us know how anything is eventually going to shake out.
No. The one thing that's not speculation, Emmanuel, then I'll let you go, is the declining numbers amongst black voters with the Biden-Harris administration. That is a fact. Joe Biden lost 20%. Kamala just only recovered 10%.
Again, hold on. Again, all of this is speculation.
Fact check it.
All of this is speculation.
All you got to do is fact check it. All you got to fact check it, because I'm telling you, I'm sitting right here looking at it.
Drop.
I don't want to read.
Drop. All of this is speculation. You don't know what percentage of the black vote she's actually going to get and what percentage of the black vote Trump is going to get. And you won't know that until after the vote. So it is 100% speculation. What both of us are doing in terms of who's going to get what vote, we don't know. No one knows. I don't believe in polls, but I understand that a lot of people watch polls and believe in them. I don't believe in them when they favor, my side, and I don't believe in them when they're against my side. I do find it interesting that Republicans believe in them when they favor their side, and they're bogus when they don't favor their side. But
but that's everybody, Emanuel. That's everybody.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay. All right. That's fair. I mean, whatever you say.
When Biden and Harris were down in the polls, I think Democrats were very much like they are down in the polls. Trump is winning in the polls.
No, they weren't. They were saying, "Oh, it's early. Wait till after Labor Day."
It is early, but they were still, acknowledging that Trump was leading in the polls. They acknowledged that and said they had work to do.
Emanuel, he's still leading it. Emanuel, you acting like Emanuel.
He is leading in some polls, and he is fallen in almost every poll.
Emanuel, do you know what a margin of error is?
I know what a margin of error is. I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
By you just saying, Emanuel, by you just saying Kamala is in the lead, it's no different from people who support Trump saying he's in the lead. And you just said
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that you're listening carefully. Thus you're missing the point that I'm making, and you're stuck on the words that I said. That happens from time to time.
But you are talking. So I have to focus on your words.
But a wise and intelligent person could hear the words and also understand the point that's being made by the words that are being said. And the point...
Are you one of those?
I believe I am.
Are you one of those people that say, listen to what they're not saying?
No. I'm saying, listen to the point that I'm making. What they used to say, you're missing the forest for the trees.
Yeah, you can't see the forest because of the trees.
That's you right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's your assessment of my commentary. But this is one thing that we know for sure.
What do we know for sure?
Support from the black community or black voters or black Democrats is down for the Biden-Harris administration.
We don't know that for sure. That is not a fact.
It's a fact.
It is not a fact.
Emanuel, Google it. Do you want me to put it in the chat when I hang up?
Hear what I'm telling you. And again, this is the point that you're missing. Again, I don't believe in polls. But the idea that you can look at a poll and say that this is what all of these people believe, I reject that. That's what that snapshot of people believe. Now, it is widely accepted by many, but I think it's a difference between just because something's widely accepted and something that's a fact. So it's not a fact, it's just widely accepted, and maybe polls support that, but I reject that as a fact. And that's just a matter of we have different interpretations of what a fact is. I can accept that.
Well, again, but see, it's the polling system. Okay, I understand exactly what you're saying about not believing in polls and all that. I get it. But when you take a series of polls about the same issue over a period of time, Emanuel, you can see a trend develop.
You can see a trend in those polls. You
can see a trend develop. And all I'm telling you is, with the black Democrat voter, specifically with the male voter, the male black voter, and black voters under the age of 35, the trend line since 2016,
in polls,
Emanuel, in the polling, is going down. It's not going up. It's not steady. It's going down.
Well, I think you actually just made the point. I think you made the point earlier that it is going up. that it had gone down, but now it is going up.
Support.
You made that point.
But I'm only talking within the last month or 3 weeks since Kamala has been installed. That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about
that's
a 3-week
but that's
period.
still a trend, right?
It's only 3 weeks. No, the trend is not long enough. Because because
the what is not long enough?
The trend line for Kamala Harris as
so
the
it is a
candidate for the
trend. It's
Democrats.
just not long enough for you to accept yet.
It's only been one poll, Emanuel. It's only been one that they're talking about when it comes to black support from Biden versus the new Kamala Harris campaign. It went from, I think it was 53 or 60 something.
So
up in the 70s.
So the point that you're trying to make is, even though she's improving in the polls and she's doing really well, your entire point is there's a really good chance that she won't win because not enough black people are going to support her.
Yes, because you got to remember, 60-some% of Democrats did not want Joe Biden, okay? So when Kamala was installed, you brought all those Democrats off the sidelines. Now they're enthusiastic. They're excited.
And what about all of the
don't
Republicans who said they voted for him in 2016 and in 2020, but they will not be voting for him now? They are with her. What about those people? They don't count?
Well, that's always a factor because you don't know how many of those are. It's always going to be opposition
exactly.
within a party. Always.
Exactly. You don't know any of this stuff. This is all just people projecting stuff.
Emmanuel, I don't know why you're pushing back so hard on this.
I'm just trying to make sense.
But I'm saying opposition or pushback from black Democrats has just recently started. And I'm telling you, it started in 2016 because before that we had Barack Obama who got reelected. Black support was in the 90s.
Oh, that's another thing that they're doing. That's another thing that they're doing. They are floating.
Who is they?
They being Republicans and Republican supporters and so-called independents who want to convince black people to vote Republican. One of the other things that they're doing is they're floating the idea that Kamala is no Obama. Like they're trying to treat her like she's an Obama and she's not as smart as Obama and she's not as witty as Obama and she doesn't give a speech as good as Obama. She's not as good a politician as Obama. Her policies aren't as good as Obama's, which is crazy because these are the same people that the entire time that Barack Obama was running in office and since has been out of office will tell you how horrible of a person he is. But they understand the popularity of Obama, so they're trying to throw out this idea that please don't conflate her with Obama. They being y'all drop, don't want black people looking at Kamala in the same light that we looked at Obama because that would mean they would support her. So they keep saying, she's no Obama, she's no Obama. Obama was smart, she's not smart. Obama was a good speaker, she's not a good speaker. Obama was a great politician, she's not a great politician. And I'm like, he was all of these things and y'all was still against him? Why? If he was all of this, why were y'all against him? It just, they have nothing. Drop, y'all got nothing.
Well, again, the reason these things are happening, everything you mentioned, what you just brought up, is because we haven't heard directly from Vice President Harris.
Of course we have.
We haven't heard from her. No, we've heard her at rallies. She's reading from a teleprompter.
We've heard her in front of a gaggle at the press gaggle. We've heard her answer questions
that was
from the press.
Emanuel.
No, not just on the tarmac. She does it almost every day.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
Okay. So let me ask you this, and then I gotta go. Why didn't she show up for the Black Journalist Convention and sit there on stage with Donald Trump and take questions from a black journalist audience?
What my understanding was, she had a prior engagement But I could be wrong about that. I don't know why she didn't.
Come on, Emmanuel, really?
What? Come on, what?
I want you to speculate like you've been doing the whole time.
I've not been speculating. You've been speculating.
Why wouldn't Vice President Kamala Harris, whose blackness was questioned, why wouldn't she show up and tell everybody, especially Donald Trump to his face, how much of a black woman she is and how much of a black upbringing she's had?
Well, that makes no sense, what you just said. Her blackness was questioned by Donald Trump at the event. And so that's why, to say, well, why didn't she show up and say to his face, but he hadn't said it yet. Okay, so that's number one.
No, but it was already out there.
Number two, but he hadn't said it yet. And
That's
that was
true.
what
That's
that
true.
was your thing was based on what he said there.
Okay.
Number two.
So Emmanuel.
Number two, if she had a prior engagement, she had a prior engagement. Number three, I don't have to defend her, and she didn't have to show up. She's still moving up in the polls. Her momentum didn't stop. So she's not functioning on. She's not. Yes, she is. She is not. She is. She's not functioning on what y'all want her to do.
Move up in the first place.
She is not functioning on what y'all want her to do.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Emmanuel.
Yes.
Everything you're saying, like I've been saying, is true. But the one thing is, it's still it's 80-something days left.
Right.
She's got to sit down and talk to the people of America, not just people at her rally, because we know who's at her rally. It's Democrats. Okay?
Well, it's not just Democrats. There's Republicans for Harris as well. So it's not just Democrats.
I get it, but I'm saying at these 3 places or 4 places she's been where she's had like 5,000, 8,000, 10, whatever, that's still only maybe 40, 50,000 total, if that, okay? And all I'm saying, Emmanuel, America will have to hear from Kamala Harris immediately after the convention, because I don't think she's going to speak to the press between now and next Monday.
She speaks to them almost every day.
She what?
She speaks to the press almost every day.
But I said, okay, whatever you say. But you got your opinion. I'm listening to the chat. I think somebody else wants to call in, but I think me and you are almost on the same page.
Oh, you're voting for Kamala Harris now?
Different chapter. No, we might be in a different chapter of this political book we call the 2024 presidential election. We're on the same page. We're just in a different chapter. Okay?
All right.
Because this is whole new. This is all new, Emmanuel. We don't know what's going to happen.
I think if we were on the same page, we would be in the same chapter, just to go with your metaphor. But I get what you're saying.
Okay. All right, Emmanuel. You have a good show, bro. And I look forward, because politics is going to be on everybody's topic list.
All right. Thank you
bro.
Thank you for your call. All right. Yeah. Look, they're trying to force her into doing stuff that she's not going to do right now. And I like the fact that she's like, y'all trying to play that I'm running from the media game, which is cool. That's cool. Y'all can play that game. But I'm going to sit down and do an interview when I'm ready to sit down and do an interview. Yet I like that she's not allowing herself to be manipulated by them. And I like that her team, they like, look, y'all want to be petty, we can be petty. And y'all weird. And, y'all leader is, I was watching, I don't remember these people's names. I'm sorry, y'all. But the other thing that they've started to do is call her Chameleon Harris. She can be whatever she wants to be for whatever crowd she's in front of. She's a chameleon. No, she's fake. She's fake. Everything about her is fake. She changes her positions. No, she changes this and she changes her race and she changes this. And now they push back is simple. Who is more fake than Donald Trump? His hair is fake. His tan is fake. His billions are fake. His gold is fake. He is the fakest person out here. How can y'all use she's fake? And what they're trying to do is they're trying to flip the script. Like, remember J.D. Vance in that interview with Dana Bash on CNN? J.D. Vance was like, about them, calling him weird. Said, oh, that's some schoolyard bullying stuff and they should be ashamed of themselves or whatever. Who's more of a schoolyard bully than Donald Trump? You can't call people schoolyard bullies when your boy is the big schoolyard bully. You're trying to shame the people standing up to the bully by calling them a bully, which, by the way, people do that. People do that. Trust me, I'm telling you from experience, if you stand up to the bully, especially if the bully is popular, people try to make you be the bully for standing up to the bully. That's a real thing. It happens every day. But yeah, it's like they've totally flipped everything on them. And now, again, what they're asking of Donald Trump is to stop doing what got him there. Talking about people's personal whatever is what got him there. Calling people short and calling them liars and talking about their mama and their daddy and, all that, calling them ugly and all of that kind of stuff, mocking them and, all of that stuff. All of that is what got him there. And now you want this guy to just talk policy? His people don't want to hear policy. His people want to hear insults. And I always think it interesting that the people who throw the most insults don't like it when you insult them back. His people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear policy. They just don't. And it's crazy because, hold on, I know a lot of people, I don't think crowd size means very much at all. I mean, it might be a measure of excitement, but that's about it. That's about it. And it's not even really necessarily a measure. It's a measure of excitement for those people. But he's made it a hallmark of his campaigns since 2016. My crowds are bigger than his crowds, so I'm winning. I told you, there's no way I lost the election in 2020 because my crowds were bigger than Joe Biden's crowds. You were killing people in your crowds. They were super spreader events. What's the name? 555? He died because he went to one of your rallies, bro. You were killing people. The smart people in 2020 were staying home from rallies. Because, COVID. But there's no way I lost because my crowds were bigger than his crowds. When you use that as the measuring stick, and then somebody starts getting bigger crowds than you, I'm going to guess it scares you. Now, no reasonable political person is like, hey, the person with the biggest crowd wins. You know what I'm saying? No reasonable person looks at politics and believes the person with the most people at their rally wins. But that's what he believes. Well, until somebody eclipses his rallies. And now he's in, what are those, the 5 stages of grief or whatever? He's in denial. He's in denial. And instead of just accepting, like, okay, she getting more people than me, but that don't mean she gonna win. He's like, she not getting more people than me. They're cheating my crowd. They won't let my people in. Like what was it? I don't remember where it was, but they had a rally in the same venue. Was that Atlanta? They had a rally in the same venue. And he said, well, they stopped his people from coming in. They wouldn't let his people in. Her people, they let in. They wouldn't let his people in. And of course, that's AI. Her crowds are not that big. That's AI. Look at the reflection on the airplane. Look at the reflection. You can see the crowd is not that big. Of course, until there's an actual video camera and they zoom out and you see that is the actual crowd. Now, to most of us, so what? So what? Crowd size means nothing. But to the guy that it means everything to, he's got to come up with a reason why his crowds are not as big, or lie and say, my crowds were twice the size of Martin Luther King's. He said his crowd was bigger than Martin Luther King's. Ron, what are y'all going to do? What are y'all going to do? Y'all are losing momentum. You will admit that, right?
I see it. I ain't losing momentum on nothing. I ain't running. I ain't running.
Okay. You're right. You're not running.
But, excuse me.
That's all right. What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Excuse me. Got a little choked up there. But, I said I wanted to talk about how I was factually inaccurate. And did you know that although that China owns 300, and it's also I was incorrect, it's 380,000 acres of American heartland. But you know what? They number 18. UK and all that other stuff, they own more than that. And like I said, when I was telling you, I think it was on Monday, whatever it was, you know.
Well, hold on. Can I stop you?
America,
hold on. Can I pause you, sir? And just tell you why I say you're factually inaccurate, and then you can, squash everything I said and prove me wrong?
Yeah.
Here's why I said that you're factually inaccurate. I looked it up, right? To the best of my ability. And what's happening is some people are going to say this is semantics, but it's not. So I'm going to...
It's always semantics. You always on that bullshit. Go ahead.
So I'm going to use an example. Here's my question for you. I have a question for you. Let me... Can I do it my way? Can I do it my way? Okay. I have a question for you. If I go...
No.
What?
No,
hold on.
I'm not answering no question.
Okay, well, don't answer. Don't answer. Hold on. Don't answer. Don't answer. I'm gonna tell you how. I'm gonna ask what they call a rhetorical question. It doesn't require an answer, okay? If I go over to Jamaica and buy a plot of land, does that mean that the United States owns land in Jamaica, so you're counting that plot of land that I just purchased as the United States owning land in Jamaica? That's what's happening. There are companies that are owned by Chinese companies. I mean, there are Chinese companies that own... Hold on, can I get it out?
Chinese government.
They're not owned by the Chinese government. They're not owned by the Chinese government. Smithfield, being one that you used as an example, is not owned by the Chinese government. They're owned by Chinese people. Oh, I don't remember the name of the company that purchased them.
You're full of shit. That's because you're full of shit.
Hold on, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. I think it's HM Foods or something like that. But hold on, let me look it up. Let me look it up. I just don't remember some of this stuff.
Man, you're full of shit.
Hold on, since you wanted me,
not allow does not allow
The WH
Chinese
Group.
people-
Hold on. No, you asked the
Hey.
question. The WH Group is the company that bought Smithfield Foods.
Who is that? Who is that? Who owns the WH Group? That's give me the stockholders in the WH Group.
Henan Shanghai Investments and Development. I'm reading it.
Go ahead.
They are
Like
Asia's
I said,
largest
Samantha,
meat processing
hey,
company.
What my point was.
They are not
What
owned
my-
by the Chinese government. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You know what? You know what?
They're
Like you
not.
said.
They're not owned by the
You know
government of China.
Hey, who owns that company? Who owns that?
What do you mean, who owns it?
Now, BlackRock. Now, I'm gonna give you for instance. Now, BlackRock owns a lot of companies. They own McDonald's. They own FedEx. They own all of that shit. But BlackRock owns it, right? BlackRock owns it, right?
I don't know that. I don't know.
And that okay.
For sake of argument, you will say yes.
So if you don't know, and like I said, since you don't know what I know, since you don't know what I know, and you can't prove it, like you said, give me the D.
WH Group is a publicly traded Chinese multinational meat and food processing company headquartered in Hong Kong.
Like, yeah, but see, you lying. Like you said, you already prequel what you.
How
said.
am I lying?
Some people gonna say it's semantics. It's semantics like a motherfucker, especially when you.
Wait. How am I lying? What did I say that was a lie?
When you gonna say, especially when you say that the Chinese government allow Chinese individuals, citizens, to go buy plots of land, now they can go buy a plot of land if they Chinese American citizens, but when you are a part of the CCP, the Chinese government, when you are a part, they not gonna send people over here to invest without them. And I ain't gonna even argue the point. You can look it all up and see.
It's not owned by the Chinese government.
The government says
It's not owned by the Chinese
that
government.
the Chinese government owns all this. So I don't even want to talk about that shit. But what my point was,
I thought that was what you called in to talk about.
What my point was when I said it, and you always keep trying to play, but it's not a play situation because BRICS are coming. BRICS, they are already here. And Iran, Argentina, and Saudi Arabia already started trading BRICS and said they would commit to trading BRICS.
Okay.
Now,
And
one brick is worth $16 American.
okay.
16 American.
All right.
$16 American.
Okay.
So again, if we have individuals over here that are how can I say it?
I don't know.
Shit. My mind just jumped.
I hate that.
Yeah. You know what it is. You can get that. Got that code 17. I got it too. So what I'm basically saying is the Chinese government and all the people that are trading BRICS right now, if we getting oil from Saudi Arabia and we beg Saudi Arabia, but Joe Biden, and some people what might remember, Joe Biden going over to Saudi Arabia and giving him a fist bump. And that's why the Chinese government said that they was not going to get them or give America more, well, not more oil. They were going to cut production. Saudi Arabia was going to cut production by 200 million barrels.
Ron, may I ask you a question?
Yes.
Who's the largest oil producer in the world?
We are.
So I'm not understanding. You're saying we're not.
Yeah. You should pose a question about that shit. So if we the largest producers in oil, why in the fuck are we buying oil from Saudi Arabia and Venezuela? Wait, and then still giving oil to China. Why are we doing that?
Look, I think.
Oh, you don't know that's true, right?
Can I?
You don't know that that's true.
Can I answer?
Yeah.
All right. Now look, I'm not an economist. Okay. I want to.
No, that's bullshit. You asked a question. I said, why are we? If we the largest producers in oil.
How is me not being an economist bullshit? I'm not an economist.
No, okay, but you ain't answered the question.
I was gonna answer the. Can I answer? Oh my goodness.
Because it don't make no sense. Why are we begging for oil if we the world's largest producers? Why are we begging for oil?
Ron.
Okay, answer the question.
Ron.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm not an economist, okay?
I'm sorry.
But in my mind, it kind of makes sense that if you use a lot of oil and you produce a lot of oil, so maybe you sell oil as well and you trade oil, what you want to do is make sure the market is stable, right? So you want to make sure, and again, I'm not an economist, okay? This is just regular old Emanuel Livingston thinking, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to make sure that the market is stable so you can't artificially inflate prices.
Okay.
So yeah, it's very important for me to monitor everybody who is producing oil and working with them, talking to them, making sure that everything is okay in this whole oil market that I'm also in. That again, that's a non-economist answer, but it just sounds reasonable to me.
Now, I'm gonna just rebut that a little bit. So we are at a record low in our strategic oil reserves. Record low. So that means if anything happens, it like a hurricane in the Gulf, if they, tear up refineries or anything like that, we're going to be in trouble. Now, we already in a flashpoint because when those soldiers got injured, when Iran through that drone attack last week on American soldiers in Iraq, and see, people ain't even talking about it. See that we didn't give them we didn't respond to that, but they sent additional aircraft carriers, destroyers, and submarines over to the Gulf or over to the Mediterranean. See, y'all motherfuckers, you playing politics and all that other little shit. These motherfuckers, they don't care about us. The Democrats, Republicans, they don't.
Ron.
Ron. Can you let me finish?
I'm sorry. I thought you were you. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but yes, go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. They don't care about us. They don't care about us.
That's right, Mike.
They already putting us in a position to struggle, and ain't nobody paying attention.
Wait, who is they?
That they are the people that really run the government
Okay.
and really run things, the situations in America and
Okay. The man don't care about us.
You know what? Upper echelon people don't care about us.
Okay.
Because it's a trip because they've been building them bunkers and all that shit. They don't even hide the fact that they got them bunkers in the motherfucking mountains no more. They don't even hide the fact.
I don't know why they would.
They let people take pictures in that motherfucker. But you ain't going. I ain't going. Them motherfuckers got cities in those motherfuckers.
Wait, Ron, Ron, are we still talking about the strategic oil reserves? Are we still talking about strategic oil reserves?
I'm talking about all of that shit. What I'm talking about is the fact that we are being distracted. We are being distracted. Now, them motherfuckers, and ain't nobody came up, and it ain't a point of Democrat or Republican when I say that, but even Kamala, be that shit, she ain't even came up with no policy to introduce us to. They even came up with, I mean, that shit is ridiculous. She running for president, but she don't care because everybody is they say, quote unquote, low hanging fruit. She gonna get a black vote. She gonna get the black vote. Offset and what is Offset and Megan Thee Stallion shook their ass to get that black vote.
Wait.
And what the trick is,
hold on.
we can go ahead and be distracted if we want to. But they,
what?
A situation is coming that we're not prepared for. And I always say, meditate, pray, and prepare.
But you said that earlier, and it ain't happened.
Yeah.
And we was changing. We was talking about the strategic oil reserves.
Wait a minute. Ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happened.
Right.
Ain't nothing. Wait a minute. No.
I'm not saying anything.
I ain't gonna even. Hey, listen. If you don't, I always say, well.
What is it? Something about the spiritual eyes can't see or something like that?
Oh, wait a minute. What'd you say?
No, you're saying, I always say, were you about to say the thing about the non-spiritual eyes can't see and all that stuff?
Oh, no, I said wisdom is hidden from the wise. So
wisdom is hidden from the wise.
Yeah, wisdom is hidden from the wise. So I'll
that's a pretty good cop-out.
What you mean cop-out?
That's a cop-out. Anytime, here's what I've noticed. Anytime you kind of, some might say I back you into a corner and ask you to justify the stuff that you've said that was gonna happen, that didn't happen, or that's not gonna happen, that's clearly gonna happen. Instead of being able to explain it, you say something about wisdom being hidden from the wise and spiritual eyes can't see or whatever.
I'll address it. I'll address that shit.
Okay.
So, November is not here yet.
That's true.
Okay. So, kiss my ass with that shit. Like I said, wisdom is hidden from the wise. You always try that bullshit with me, and it's a trip. No.
I still don't understand the point that you were making with the strategic oil reserves, but somehow it turned into Megan Thee Stallion twerking.
Hey, look, I can show you. Better I can tell you. Keep on living. Keep on living.
It's another cop-out.
Keep on living.
It's another cop-out.
No, keep on. Hey, But you know what? What I'm gonna do? Just try to convince you and beg you and if
No
you
one's
don't
trying to
you
get you
say
to beg.
you
No
say
one's. I don't want you to
you
beg
say
or convince.
you don't
Just,
you
just.
said you don't
I hear
understand.
so many cop
You
outs when
you said
when people say things.
I'm not gonna sit here and argue this point. Argue
No
this
one's
point with
asking you to argue. I'm just asking you to answer simple
what
questions. It's not an argument.
you asked me that I didn't answer?
What happens is
What question? What question did you ask me that I did not fucking answer?
the simple question of what was the point that you were making about the strategic oil reserves?
The point was it can bring economic catastrophe.
What can bring economic catastrophe?
Hey, man, but see, I'm not.
That's a simple question. How do you say it can bring economic catastrophe? And then I say, what can bring economic catastrophe? And then you like, see, that's what I'm talking about. What?
I mean, why the fuck you keep making me repeat myself?
You haven't said anything.
I did tell you.
What?
Listening slow.
Well, okay,
You're listening slow.
I'm listening
I
slow.
told
So
you,
say it
if
slow.
anything, if the hurricane season, nigga, is right here.
Okay?
If anything, we have a lot of shit in the Gulf of Mexico that has to do with oil refineries and us getting gas. If anything happens,
Uh-huh.
it's like with a hurricane and all that other shit.
Right.
It can bring economic catastrophe for us since our oil reserves are so fucking low, a 50-year low, and we're fighting wars overseas, everywhere. Now, fucking, if you don't fucking get that, and if everybody don't get it, shit, y'all motherfuckers distracted for that bullshit. Hey, I'm telling you, the thing about it is, we can show you. I can show you.
Better than
that
you
I can
can
tell you.
tell me.
Wait.
When are you going to
October
show me?
22nd, on October 22nd. On October 22nd.
October 22nd.
2020.
Oh.
Donald Trump and Joe Biden had a debate. And Donald Trump said that if Joe Biden is elected, you will have immigrants coming flooding over the border. You will have crime, unbelievable crime in the street.
Crime is down.
He said.
Crime is down.
You can look back at shit.
Crime is down.
You can look back at it.
Crime is down.
You can look back at it. And what do you see?
Crime is down.
Motherfucker, crime is down because everybody's not reporting it. They said 79%, and you can look that fucking up too. 79% of sheriff departments are reporting to the FBI. That's why crime is down.
Wait,
It's down.
hold on. Wait. How do you say? Okay, you're right.
Hey,
You're right.
you can look.
I'll just address it when you're done.
Hey, you can take that percentage like you said. Like
Crime.
you said, you don't believe in statistics.
I don't.
You said that shit.
I don't.
You said it.
But you can't, hold on, but you can't use it, you can't use those statistics today or yesterday to say that Donald Trump is doing great on crime and he said crime was going to go up. And then when those statistics disprove your point, say, well, I don't believe in statistics. You can't have it both ways. Either you believe in the statistics or you don't.
I love you. 100.
You can't. Under Donald Trump, crime was down, and he said the crime was going to go up. How do you know it was down under Donald Trump? Just look at the statistics. I don't believe in statistics. Well, look at the statistics, and they'll tell you that's why you measure crime. The statistics will tell you. Okay, I don't believe in statistics, but if you say so, cool. Cool. Crime is down under Joe Biden based on the statistics. But you don't believe in statistics, but you do. So either you believed in statistics then and you believe in them now, or statistics ain't no good. But the measuring stick that you used to say that crime under Trump was low is the same measuring stick that's saying that under Joe Biden, it's lower. Trump told y'all crime was going to be out of control, but it's lower than when he was in office. Based on your measuring stick. I don't understand that. Some stuff you just accept, okay? And that's what a lot of times I say, okay, I'll accept it, for the sake of argument. For the sake of argument, I'll accept it. But now Ron says, I believe in statistics. So if you believe in statistics, hold on, let me see if I can see the rest of that comment. Ron says, but it was only 79% of people reporting to the FBI the crime statistics, so you don't know if crime is down, but you can look and see those people still stealing and robbing. I'm full of S. They're the same statistics that you used to say that crime was up. I don't understand. And look, I'm still not 100% sure about what his point was about the strategic reserves. But the strategic reserves are there to be used strategically. So again, I'm not an economist. I'm not an oilologist, okay? I'm not an oilologist, all right? But I can tell you this, right? If there is a commodity that people buy and sell and trade and all that kind of stuff, and I have a lot of that commodity, I have more of that commodity than anybody else. Some of it I put away, just because you never know. But some of it I use and I sell. And then say Ron has some of that same commodity. And I buy some of it from Ron just because I'm putting some of mine away. I might buy some of yours. It's a good price to be buying it. I know everything it takes to go into getting it and using it and, selling it and all that kind of stuff. I might buy some of yours. But guess what happens? If Ron ever decide, well, you know what? I'm going to jack up the price on this commodity. Guess what? I got more of it than you do. And I got some of it stashed away. So I technically don't need yours, even though I buy it from you. So Ron, if you jack up the price on your commodity, I'm going to flood the market with mine at this price, and then ain't nobody going to be buying your shit. Ron had to think twice, like, ooh, do I really want to jack up the price on mine? But he need mine. No, I don't. I got some over here stashed away. Plus, I make more than you do. So come on, bro. Bring your price on down. Bring it on down. Oh, Jake, you got some too? You want to jack your prices up? I make more than you do. Bring your prices on down. Bring them on down. If we can all agree, we'll jack up our prices together. But I'm the big dog here. I don't need yours, and I don't need yours. I got mine. I can use mine when I want to use mine. I can store some away, all of that kind of stuff. I use my strategic oil reserves strategically. Again, I'm not an oilologist. I'm not. But I would imagine, strategically speaking, that being the largest producer and having a huge number of reserves gives me some influence in the world and everybody dealing with this commodity. Some influence. Now, I don't get to dictate everything, but I have some influence. So I don't have to keep my reserves way off the charts, because again, I produce more than anybody else too. I got some put away, but I produce more. I'm not an economist, nor am I an oilologist. I'm just thinking in terms of just, simple thought. But I mean, I could be totally wrong. I could be totally wrong. I think a lot of the stuff that people, I'm going to say, over worry about is not necessary to over worry about. Sure, it's stuff to keep your eye on. You keep your eye on it. But you don't have to freak out about it. Say, hey, bro, you using a whole lot of them oil reserves. What happened if a hurricane come along? Don't worry about it. We good if a hurricane come along. We good. But I'm doing something here. Oh Lord, what's gonna happen? A hurricane comes. It's hurricane season. Oh Lord. Relax. You ever been in a car with somebody? This has happened to me. You ever been in a car with somebody and you know your car? They look over and they see the gas tank and they like, oh, we low on gas. Are we gonna make it? And you like, we good. And we just passed the gas station. You sure we don't need to stop and get gas? And you like, we good. And they nervous and freaking out. We gonna run out of gas. We not gonna make it. What we gonna do? I don't want to walk. It's raining outside. I don't want to be pushing no car. Do you got a gas can in there? You're like, relax. I know my car. I know how far I got to go until I get gas. Chill out. It's good. Just sit back and enjoy the ride. Lay back, kick, and enjoy the ride. They steady freaking out. That's some of these people. Like, some stuff is, look, I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I be looking. No gas in this car. It ain't my car. I don't know. We ain't got no gas. I'm a little nervous, but hey, he know his car. It is what it is. Ron over in the passenger seat, biting his nails and freaking out, looking around for a gas can, checking for, he on Waze, the closest gas station from here is in. Chill out. I got this. It's not as big a problem as you seem to think it is. But what happened if we get in a traffic jam and then we got to sit on the highway? They might have the highway blocked in 3 miles and then we'll have to sit in the highway and the engine gonna be running and where we going? And then we gonna be out of gas and stuck on the highway. there's a good chance that they're not shutting the highway down. But if they do, I'll just turn the car off while we sit here. We won't sit here with the car idling. And I'm pretty sure we good. Relax. Relax. People will freak you out about all kind of stuff. The strategic oil reserves, they at an all-time low. And what we gonna do if it's a hurricane? And then you begging for oil over there. And while we doing this, it's gonna be cataclysmic. And no, okay, if we had a 50-year low, that means 50 years ago it was this low. And somehow we made it. Somehow we made it to now. The Chinese, they own land in our government. And, what are we gonna do? And the Chinese, they building bunkers. And we not gonna be able to stay in the bunkers. And, oh Lord Jesus, help us, Jesus. Oh Lord Jesus, help us. Like, relax, bro. Relax. It's okay. Some companies that are owned by Chinese entities own land in America. So does Canada and UK and a whole lot of other different countries. It's okay. I don't understand what you think that means. You think China can just now roll over here? They can just fly in, drop off 2 million soldiers in the middle of Montana because they own the land, and then take over the country from the inside out. Line them up in a circle. Now march outwards. Take over. We take over your land. Like, no. That's probably not gonna happen. Probably not gonna happen. What you worried about it for? Sure, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. I think Canada owns more land in the United States than any other, well, not Canada, but Canadians own more land in the United States than anybody else. I'm not worried about Canada taking over. Relax. It's cool. Brent, hold on a second. Ron says, no, but they have 40,000 immigrants and 8% increase in 4 years. Keep that same energy. When what? When those 40,000 immigrants take over the country? You think 40,000 immigrants is taking over the United States from the inside? I don't understand what y'all trying to make people scared of. This stuff has been going on. It's not great stuff, but this stuff has been going on for years, decades. Think China is just gonna send a signal like, execute order 66. And now, oh my goodness, the Chinese is taking over. Calm down. Brent.
The Chinese gonna send up the Chinese equivalent of hootie hoo. Oh my goodness. But just to hit on your what you're just talking about with panicky folks. Man, panicky folks are the absolute worst. Because I've been in the car with people like that too. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I told you I got it. I got this thing down to a science.
Right.
How much gas I got left.
I know my car.
To come out of your pocket to put some gas in there, not $5 and $10 $5 like we used to be able to handle back in the day. And shut up.
And if we do break down, guess what? I will put you behind the wheel, and I will push. Okay?
Yeah.
But panicky people. I always tell my sons and tell my wife, panic ain't ever fixed nothing. All
Nothing.
it's done is made things worse. So whether you on the job or out there on the ice with my son playing at hockey or anything, do not or goodness, just like with you don't panic even when them bees be flying around in the basement.
Well, I do sort of. I
You
just
look,
don't. I don't
you
show
look,
it.
yeah, you look crazy with that spray using half a bottle, but oh well. But yeah, what in the world? I got to get that in a second. But also, we were talking about trash talkers. Um, the one thing I did learn at the Tuskegee University is that on the spades table, most trash talkers can't take trash talking.
Right.
And also, most trash talkers do not watch the board. So you could recycle that nine and eight of spades. Those two are inconspicuous. You can play them two and sometimes three times on some of the biggest trash talkers because them jokers ain't watching the board. And you can deal them 12 cards and they don't even know they got 12. Supposed to have 13, don't know they have 12, and know you got the kitty in your hand. You and I dropping joker, ace in your hand, and you dropping off four cards, and you already three suited up. So I've dealt with them before, and it is just so hilarious just watching them talk trash and get whooped from there. But I didn't have much today, so I'm gonna keep it light. I'm working on something, and I got a few holes that I don't know. Well, good Lord, I got a few. Well, can't say that either. Your Legion of Doom.
Okay.
All right, so this is the list I have so far. Let's see. So Lex Luthor has to be Lincoln. Yeah, that sound about right.
Has to be. Has to be 100%.
Absolutely has to. We got Brainiac is Dion, aka Nathan. With Cheetah, I'm going with Inez. Cause I can imagine if she saw you, she'd get to scratching and clawing, and I could easily see her as Cheetah. The Black Manta. Well, no, we'll come back to the Black Manta. But you said before that Grodd is Blade,
Yes.
and I got Grundy being Lindsay.
Okay.
Now Giganta, I got as your celebrity nemesis, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh.
I don't know if you see the latest story on her. Apparently, she posted a picture of herself with the girls out.
Yeah, I saw the picture.
Okay, but that's what I have for that. But so that leaves a few openings here. So we. Oh, and Black Manta, I got as Zoe.
Okay. I don't know that I would have Tracy Ellis Ross as Gigantor. I think there's another big face lady that I would have as Gigantor.
Yeah, and I decline it. I'm petty and I'm messy, but I'm not that messy.
Oh.
But yeah, so that still leaves Sinestro, the Toy Man, the Riddler, which Ron is making a good play at being the Riddler, or at least the trickster from Justice League Unlimited.
Yes.
Because all Barry Allen of the Flash had to do was just talk to him after he acted a fool and get him to go back to jail on his own. So there's a mix between that. But we also have Bizarro and Captain Cold. Now, Captain Cold could be KKK Craig. I think we may be able to pencil him in there.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm still. So we got the Toy Man, Sinestro, and Bizarro and Captain Cold. So, folks in the comments, if you know who can fill those positions, let me know. I was gonna put bees and wasps as some of them, and maybe the short-brained kitten as one of them.
You got to figure out who is this Axe Black guy.
Oh, okay, on YouTube.
Yeah, he really sensitive about me not saying something to him one day.
Yeah, I think I got those clips. Now you did say, going back to Monday's show, you said that I guess Restream actually records it separately.
Yes.
And uploads it. Oh,
no, it doesn't upload it. It just records it, so I can pull it off of Restream and edit it.
You need to do it because there was so much good content that I could not get to. It's easier to download off of Facebook than it is YouTube. YouTube, man, you got to go through hoops and hurdles to get stuff off of YouTube.
Yes, you do.
Every time there's a method to do it, and I got a good method, then they wind up shutting it down. So,
yep.
So they are good, but yeah, definitely let me know when it gets posted back up, because there were some classic clips from that Monday show. And I think
right.
Pamela wanted to listen to it, and yeah, it's definitely a show for the ages.
All right, Brent.
All right, you take it easy.
All right, you too. All right. Okay, I think about enough, right? That's enough politics. I will say, hold on, let me say about the Tracee Ellis Ross picture. I think there's some level of desperation there. I don't know exactly what it was that she was trying to do, say, accomplish by posting that picture. But anytime when I see someone, celebrity or not, just like when Halle Berry used to do it, it was good when Halle Berry used to do it. But when she used to posting pictures of herself kind of naked and covering up with her hands and stuff like that, I used to think, man, how much attention do you need? Like, do you need attention that bad? So I'm like, it feels like I'm not a woman. But I know if I took a picture, naked, but just, covering up the tip of my penis so you couldn't see it. Why? Why would I do that? Other than I want attention. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I don't know what Tracee Ellis Ross is going through or whatever, or why she needs attention, but she got it. She got attention. I guess. And admittedly, based on what I saw, her breasts don't look bad. I don't know if they're natural breasts or not. I guess to some degree that don't matter. But they don't look bad. But why did I have to see her breasts? I didn't want to see her breasts. I wasn't sitting around thinking, I want to see a good portion of Tracee Ellis Ross's breasts. So all my prayers have been answered. DeAndre said, you just mad she told her assistant to tell him to stop talking to me. Those were great pictures. Hey, look. She wanted attention. She got attention. Caller.
Hi, Emanuel. This is Fame Rothstein.
How you doing, Fame?
I'm absolutely pleasant, per usual. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's wonderful. Always good to, hear you in the air chair. I don't think we get enough of you. On the week, but lifestyle predicts that. So, dictates that, I should say. So I understand. First off, you was talking about wrestling. I saw something over the weekend that wrestlers don't get proper health insurance.
Well,
Or
'cause-
adequate health insurance?
yeah, I think a lot of the companies classify them as independent contractors, so they don't have to insure them. Now, some of the larger companies, like I think WWE, maybe AEW, I'm not 100% sure, they offer them health care as long as, they're with the company and all of that kind of stuff. If you get hurt in the ring, they got doctors, they'll take care of you. They got specialists, all of that kind of stuff. But they don't, I don't believe that they have like if I wrestle with, when Gorgeous Rick Rhodes was wrestling, the HVWA would not have, if his wife got sick, taken care of her medical bills. I have to have separate insurance for that because I'm an independent contractor. Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like, why wouldn't they be under the Screen Actors Guild?
Because they're not
Insurance.
they're not necessarily considered actors. They should be,
Okay.
but they're not. And a part of all of this stuff is Hulk Hogan's fault.
Well, a lot of this stuff is they just punks. They big muscle bound beefcake punks. There's no way y'all shouldn't have proper health insurance this long and as this big as wrestling is.
But you got to fight for that stuff. And like when Jesse the Body Ventura was trying to unionize, the story is Hulk Hogan went and basically went behind his back and sabotaged everything with Vince McMahon. So, that's why those two don't get along.
It was necessary for Hogan to behave like that at that time.
Huh?
Wrestling was at that time. It was necessary for him to behave like that.
No, it wasn't. They could have unionized
because wrestling had to have an irresistible force, and it was him.
No. Behind the scenes, they could have unionized. That would not have taken anything away from the story, but they could have unionized.
Oh, yes, it would have.
No, it wouldn't have. Because nobody knew that any of this stuff was happening. I mean, it's like you don't know all the stuff that happens behind the scenes of a Rambo movie. You know what I'm saying? But you watched the movie, so you don't know that catering wasn't good. And you know what I'm saying? So somebody fighting for a cause behind the scenes, it doesn't show through on the finished product.
I guess what I'm saying is you don't need a union until one head honcho is clearly established, and that wasn't established yet. Hulk Hogan was just getting on his feet, walking before he starts running.
Oh, that's not true.
Around that time. But I disagree. I mean, we can agree to disagree. In the immortal words of the Black Lion, brother, let's move on. Okay? Because
Yes.
I kind of talk about Tracy Ellis Ross and her breasts.
Okay.
A marvelous display.
I don't know about
But the reason why we should not be surprised is because her mama did that same freaky ass shit on the MTV Awards with Little Kim. Played with her breasts on live TV.
Yes, she did.
This is a freaky ass family. Evan on some weird shit, dating Britney Spears' sister, having kids with her and whatnot. That's just a weird, freaky ass lineage. And so we shouldn't be surprised at what Tracy. So if Tracy Ellis does something like that at 50-something years old, but the white ladies have done it too, though, and then she's just showing off her white side. Brittany Moore stood on the cover of Vanity Fair, pregnant, covering up her breasts. Weirdo stuff.
Look, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm not saying she's evil for doing it. But again, it does smack to me as someone who is really craving attention. Like, does she not have a show or a series or a movie or something going on right now, and she's that desperate to stay in the public eye? I don't know why.
Yeah, because I never watched I might have watched 10 minutes of Blackish, the whole series, and haven't watched any minutes of all its spinoffs. I didn't understand why this biracial American, the dad or whatever he was supposed to be, very high yellow, gets to tell the story of Black America. Like, nah, I don't like this guy. This ain't sitting well with me. But I digress. Something else. Hey, man, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. You need to get in here in the air chair more often, B. All right? Save out some time. Start at a new time. Challenge Lincoln. Come on at 10. Fuck with his audience.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I've been on the air every day except for Tuesdays for the past, 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks? I think 3. The past 3 weeks. So.
Oh, well, maybe I'm missing you, then. I do apologize.
It's all right.
But we'll chat again sometime soon, B. But until then, you and your listeners, please be safe. Oh!
All right. That's Fame. I have to read the comments. Y'all know, if nothing else, I love to hate. Manuel says, I hate Tracy titties. You went out of your way to create a page called Manuel. I'm going to guess that's Axe Black. That's just a guess. It might not be. It could be any number of people. Oh, you went out of your way to create a page. And what? I don't understand. Did you think, like, oh, he gonna see this and, oh, he gonna be mad? Or what? What did you think was gonna happen when I saw it? You win. Whatever you thought was gonna happen, you win. Oh, CK.
Hey, Livingston, what's up, brothers?
Hey, how you doing?
That's a good ass show, man. I listened to that Livingston afternoon experiment.
Yes, sir.
Afternoon experiment. Yes, sir. Maybe I think that's the beef right there because he named your show by accident.
Huh?
That's the beef right there because he accidentally named your show.
Okay. I don't think that's the beef, but
I don't think that was it. And he ain't like you calling yourself the King of Talk for years. I heard him complain about that King of Talk.
Yeah, no, he's never like that. He actually one day told me that, the hate from that is just because he wished he thought of it first.
Yeah, it's pretty smooth, but damn, it's other names. I hate when people get stuck on the names. Right? There's other names out here in the game.
It ain't that big of a deal. I mean, it is what it is.
Like, but you were talking about Tracy Ellis Ross. Dude talking about he never watched 10 minutes of it. Are you serious?
I never watched it.
Hey, you talk about a great freaking show. I'm talking about the daughter, fascinating. Son, I mean, everything was live about it. Longest reigning TV show you ever seen, ain't it?
I don't know, because I never watched it.
Oh, yeah, damn. So which one did you watch? Fresh Prince?
I watched The Fresh Prince a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but, I mean, she got 2 tour duties. To do it twice is phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Who?
What's her name? Tracy Ellis Ross. She
What
had
did
the Girlfriends run, and then she had the Blackish run.
Oh.
We talking about 6-7 year runoff. You hear me? This is hard.
Okay.
Shows get canceled quick.
Yeah, that's true.
Very
if they're not
quick.
popular.
Right. So, I don't know why he was, talk about Blackish like that,
Well, I watched Girlfriends a little bit. Because there was one of them on there that I thought was really attractive.
Had me some Lynn last night, y'all. You talking about Lynn, ain't you?
I don't know none of their names. She was a brown-skinned girl with the nice full lips. She used to be, I think, a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. I don't remember her.
Tony Childs.
I think that might be it. But it could be anybody.
Them lips said it all.
Yeah.
Them lips said it all. Once you said lips, her face came to me.
Okay. So yeah, I liked her. And so I kind of watched the show, but I never thought the show was great, but I don't think that it was for me. I don't think I was the target audience. Again, I never watched Blackish, but I can't say that Tracy Ellis Ross is or is not talented. I don't know. she's a weird looking lady to me. But I know a lot of men out there think that she is like super fine. And again, I saw the pictures, and so, you know, whether or not she's had work done or not, she looks like she's got decent titties. So, you know, I'm not against her titties, but it just seems weird to me, no matter what you look like, no matter what you're doing, just to go online and post pictures of your titties seems like a cry for attention to me. And it wouldn't matter if they were good titties or, you know, them pancake titties or whatever. It just seems weird to me.
It's something Felicia Rashad would never do. She doesn't carry herself in that provocative manner.
Well, I can't imagine. I can't imagine Felicia Rashad taking a picture basically topless. LaDonna says she took naked pictures, not naked. She had on like pants and I think shoes. She just didn't have on a top, and so she took a picture covering up her nipples, basically a topless picture.
But the main problem with Tracy Ellis Ross is her personality. She's a little on the mean side, a little arrogant. You know what I mean? If you ever met her in person,
she's quite arrogant.
Uppity, yes. She acts like a what they call a diva.
Well, but I imagine, I'm just imagining. I imagine she grew up the daughter of Diana Ross, who was a big deal for a long time. And, you know, then she went into the entertainment industry. So, you know, she feels like she's this royalty and whatever.
Right.
So I could imagine that could affect your personality.
Yep, and the total opposite is Blue Ivy. She conducts herself with humbleness. You know what I mean? She don't mind taking a picture with you or signing autographs. She's nothing like Tracy Ellis. She doesn't, because her mother is just as big as Diana, but she's a little more gracious and humble.
Well, now, I mean, I don't know how old Blue Ivy is, and I've never met Blue Ivy, whatever. I don't know if she's humble or not. But, you know, for all I know, when she grow up, she might be the same. You never know.
Yeah, you got a point. You say she might just be a little shy now because she's young. But she hit that 30 and 40, that arrogance might come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all I want to holler about big eye, with fish eye fool, old fish eye fool. Remember Esther used to call her that back on Sanford and Son?
I remember Esther used to say that to a lot of people.
Right. Hey, much love to the program, man. Thanks for taking my platform, man.
All right.
What is it, taking my call from your platform? There
Yes.
I got it together.
All right.
Yes.
How many types of titties are there? There's a whole lot of different types of titties. And look, there's nothing wrong with saying titty or breast. There's nothing wrong with saying that. I mean, you can't be mad at me for saying titty, but comfortable with her showing her titties. Like, that don't make sense. She got a right to show her breasts if she wants to. And why you calling them titties? I got a right to call them titties if she got a right to show them. So, that is what that is. But, I don't know. It just seems like a cry for attention. But look, she got a right to do it. She got a right to do it, I guess. I'm just talking about it because she did it. Tanika says it's giving perv vibes. Perv vibes. What is? Oh, you're talking about him talking about Blue Ivy? Yeah, I don't know nothing about her. I thought she was my perception of these celebrities' children, I remember Beyonce allegedly having a child. And I know there was some stir about her being on stage with her. I don't know how old the girl is. In my mind, the girl is, I think I saw somebody on here say she's 12 or something like that. In my mind, she was like 6 or 7. So I didn't understand the comparison, which is why I said, you know, she's a kid, so we don't know how she's going to be when she grows up. Nat says allegedly. Well, I did hear stories that Beyonce didn't actually have a child, that, you know, they kind of faked that whole thing and they purchased a kid. I read that. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying I don't know. So, you know, rich people do all kind of crazy stuff. Michael Jackson bought some kids and nobody said anything. Michael Jackson bought 3 kids and nobody said a word about it. So you never know what these celebrities do. You never know. Let's see. I got a few stories and then I got to get out of here. Janice says a surrogate. Maybe. Or just purchase some kids. Michael Jackson's kids ain't got no Jackson in them. None. So he hired a surrogate. No, he didn't. He bought some kids. He straight purchased some children. He said, hey, I'll give you some money to have sex with her, and then the kid, y'all sell it to me. Or I'll give you some money to donate some sperm, and then we're going to take one of your eggs, and then we're going to do this artificial insemination thing, and when the kid is born, give it to me. And then I'll pay you for it. And they said, okay, bet, cha-ching. And he did that 3 times, and he got 3 kids. So you never know what celebrities do. You never know. And I saw somebody said something like, what, y'all got a problem with me talking about pancake titties? Pancake titties exist. Some women, you never know why, their titties are really, really flat. Like little pancakes. I got nothing against that. You know what I'm saying? You can't help how full your breasts are. Maybe you can. I don't know. But they exist. Twin says, how you know he paid for them? Because I know that he has no biological connection to them. And the woman who have them, he was paying her for the rest of his life. What was he paying her for? Because he bought them damn kids. That's how I know. Elementary, my dear Eugene. Shemanuel says that she has bigger titties than Tracy. Well, congratulations. Ben talk about do push-ups help make titties bigger. I don't think so. Because I be seeing bodybuilders, and the more that they work out, the smaller their titties look. The more they work out, the smaller their titties look. And some of them have to go and get implants to look like they have, you know, breasticles. So I don't think, because that's not muscle. That's not muscle. What y'all got me talking about this stuff for? Oh, hold on. Not that one. Couple quick stories. Just stuff that I saw in the news that you should be aware of. Kentucky man charged with strangling his girlfriend. A Kentucky man, this is from WLWT, Corridhan Powell, Curid Pao. I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sure. A Kentucky man is facing domestic violence charges for allegedly choking his girlfriend in an argument over a Pop-Tart. According to Kentucky police, 39-year-old Jeremiah Brown, he was arrested back in February in Magoffin County after they were dispatched to a local hospital to speak with the victim. An arrest report says that a local ambulance service contacted police in reference to an injured woman they were treating. Police spoke with the woman who told them she and Brown got into a fight over a Pop-Tart. She said Brown grabbed a knife at one point and held it to her throat. Wow. The victim said he dropped the knife and began choking her instead, saying, "I'm going to kill you." She said he choked her until she blacked out. And when she came to, he dragged her to the back of the home and threw her out, causing injury to her knee. Police then went to the home where the victim said the incident happened on Long Creek Road and spoke with Brown. Police said Brown told them, "We got into an argument." Brown was arrested and charged with first-degree strangulation and fourth-degree assault domestic violence. For an unknown reason, the initial case was dismissed, but Brown was later arrested again on a warrant for that case on August 2nd. He's being held at Big Sandy Regional. Is that right? Yes. He's being held at Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, and his bond is set at $10,000. Pop-Tart. People lack self-control nowadays. People just lack self-control. I almost said something that I didn't want to say. How do you choke somebody out? How do you threaten to kill somebody over a Pop-Tart? It couldn't have been over the Pop-Tart. But then again, I'm looking at his picture. It might have been over a Pop-Tart. It might have been. He's a big dude. But people, they lack self-control. Everything don't have to go to the highest level. I want the last Pop-Tart. No, I want the last Pop-Tart. That's my Pop-Tart. No, that's my Pop-Tart. If you don't give me that Pop-Tart, I'm going to kill you. Then I'm going to just choke you out. Have you ever choked somebody until they passed out? I've been choked until I passed out, and I've choked people until they passed out. It can be a scary thing. It can be a scary thing. Over a Pop-Tart? And then threw her out the house. Just crazy. Come on, y'all. We need to control ourselves better. Another quick story. Father shot and killed by a neighbor after daughter touched mulch pile in yard. Yeah, this is out of Michigan. A man in Michigan was shot and killed following a heated argument with his neighbor, according to authorities. Police responded to a report of a shooting following a short confrontation between neighbors Saturday morning, according to WXYZ. According to the prosecutor's office, 47-year-old Devereaux Christopher Johnson started an argument with 35-year-old Nathan Morris as he was walking down the street with his family. Officials said the argument started when Morris's daughter touched a pile of mulch in Johnson's yard. Morris tried to de-escalate the argument. However, Johnson allegedly fired multiple shots. When officers arrived, they found Morris in the street, suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to a hospital where he died from his injuries. Quote, "This was a senseless act of violence towards the victim," said Canton Police Chief Chad Baugh. The Canton Police Department sends our deepest condolences to the victim's family and to the neighbors who may have witnessed this tragic event. Marcus Carlson, lead pastor of St. Michael Lutheran Church, told WKBD that Morris had strong faith. He was very driven by his family, really loved his family, loved the kids. And so I think even so much that the faith experience was centered around what was best for his kids. A lot of stuff that he did really centered around his kids. As of Tuesday afternoon, Johnson remains in custody. Control, self-control. Little stuff don't have to be big stuff. Okay, why is your daughter touching the mulch in my yard? It's mulch, bro. You can't hurt it. It's just the principle. It's the principle of the thing, I'm sure. Don't touch my mulch. You tell me what not to touch. I'm touching it. I'm touching it. I'm touching it. I don't know if that's what happened. But even if that's what happened, and your daddy come up, your daughter touched my mulch. And you like, bro, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. No, what you gonna do about it? She touched my mulch. What you gonna do about it? Like, nothing. It's mulch. And you better get out my face. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Bang, bang, bang. Cause somebody touched mulch? Come on. Look, I get that it's frustrating. Kids do stuff you don't want them to do. I get it. I don't know what happened. Of course, I wasn't there and see the details, but even in my mind, the worst case scenario is he literally told the child, don't touch my mulch, and she, mockingly touched the mulch and was like, I'm touching it. What you gonna do? I'm touching your mulch, Okay, that's horrible. You want to talk to the daddy. All right, the daddy ain't giving you satisfaction, so I'm gonna kill him. Stop, y'all. Stop. I'm saying y'all like y'all did it. I'm just talking people in general. You gotta stop and think about stuff. Now you're going to jail potentially for the rest of your life because a kid touched some mulch. She didn't take the mulch. She touched his mulch. No, she didn't steal a bag of mulch. She touched his mulch. Even if she rubbed all on the mulch, she touched his mulch and somebody's dead. And y'all, it's wild out here. It is wild out here. It's a nice day out. It's a little warmer than it was yesterday, but it's still a nice day. I want everybody to get out. Emanuel says that she gets like that over her cookies. But whatever you do, do not change that name and keep commenting. Please. Please. Ron says, well, I don't know about you, but I would like to continue the conversation on titties. Somebody asked, I think it was Myosha, talking about is there any such thing as bad titties. I guess it all depends on what you want to do with them. All titties ain't good titties. Some titties, if they bring them out, like, sometimes women and girls flash titties. I've seen that and was like, ooh, put them back up. Put your shirt back down. Put your shirt back down. That's not a good look. So, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Describe bad breasts. For me, I would definitely say those pancake ones are not good. Because they just, it's just skin. Like, somebody took everything out the sock and then laid the sock there. And you're like, it's a sock. Shouldn't it be something in the sock? No, it's just the sock. With a little nub on the end of the sock. You know what I'm saying? It's a sock with a little nub on the end of the sock. But I'm sure that there's some men out there who love that. Who he sit and fantasize about a sock with a nub on the end of it. Different people like different things. Different people like different things. Yes. Hanging like a Christmas sock. Yes. There is is she a model? There's a model who famously has really flat breasts. I don't know what causes it, but, she's not ashamed of hers. I think she says she's not ashamed of it. The fact that I know that she's a model with flat breasts who's not ashamed of it says to me that she might be ashamed of it, and so she's really compensating, to pretend to not be ashamed of it. Jerica says, I don't like men with large nipples. I don't even know what that means. I guess I never thought about it. But I guess men have different size nipples. I never thought about it. Never once in my life have I thought about it. Mayo says, most models do have small ones. You have to be thin to model. No, not small ones. Because I don't have anything against small breasts. I don't have anything against small breasts. It's the flatness, the lack of fullness. Like if you blow up a balloon, and, some of them are small but round. Some of them are, round. Some of them get really big. But then if you just let all the air out and then hang it there, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So small ain't the issue. Myosha says, I never even thought about men's nipples. Do men have big nipples? Apparently, according to Jerica, they do. She says some men have large nipples. Okay. I never thought about it either. That's just the sound, Daryl, that it makes when you let the air out of a balloon. That's it. That's it. Yo, I got to get out of here. Did I ever get the 2-cycle engine running? I got it running. It won't stay running. I haven't had time to. What time is it? I got some shirts to do today. No, I actually don't have shirts to do today. I got to reclaim some screens today and do some artwork to print the shirts tomorrow. So I'll probably get to that this weekend. I'll probably take off that carburetor this weekend and see if I can get it fixed. And if not, then I'll probably buy a new carburetor. And that'll probably be a Saturday project. Some out of shape men have breasts. That's true. That's true. I have small ones. Mine are going away though. I can't tell y'all why, but they are. Mine are going away. I've been doing some stuff. I can't tell y'all what. Well, I could tell you what. I'm not gonna tell you what. But mine are going away. I almost don't have any. Like, there's barely any, when I do that, there's barely anything that moves. You on Ozempic? No, I'm not on Ozempic. I'm not on, I guess I can tell you. I've been watching what I eat. I haven't had, I was about to lie. I haven't eaten cookies in, oh my goodness. It's been, since June. I haven't eaten cookies since June. I was going to say I haven't eaten cake, but I did eat a piece of cake. I was at a birthday party. They had cake, and so I ate a piece of cake. One, and it wasn't a big piece. And I was about to say the fat man inside of me, but the fat man is me. The fat me wanted to ask for a bigger piece of cake. Like this, y'all giving out these little pieces of cake? But I didn't. I just ate the little piece of cake, and that was it. So I ate one small piece of birthday cake since June. I've been watching my diet. I've been doing a little bit more exercise. I could do better. I started off, just walking 15 minutes a day. And I said, I'm going to get up to 30 minutes and then up to an hour and then up to 2 hours. I'm not past 15 minutes. But that's something. So, I'm losing weight. Cookies, what? Cookies don't make your breast big. If so, enlighten these little bitty committees. Well, they do when it's because of fat. But I've been doing good. I was about to say I've kind of stopped eating white rice. Now if when I do Chipotle, I get brown rice. I was told to stop eating corn, so I don't put corn on mine either. My Chipotle bowls are sad displays now. I don't eat fried food no more. I've made some life changes. So, yeah. Yeah, the bowls they chicken, brown rice, a little bit of black beans, light on the cheese, and lettuce. And fajitas. I always got to get the fajitas. So, I've made some life changes. Yes, no fried chicken. You're right, I don't eat chicken on the bone, but I eat chicken tenders. I ain't had no chicken tenders. Now I'm not gonna lie. I did lie unintentionally. So let me correct the lie that I told. I said I don't eat fried food. And I was talking about deep fried, but I'll take that back. On a few occasions, I have eaten some French fries. I think since June, I've eaten French fries like 3 times. Nope, no Chick-fil-A. I haven't eaten any Chick-fil-A. I'm telling you, I've been doing good. I've been eating more vegetables, more salads. Like I said, cut out the sweets. I was going to say, up until today, I hadn't had a Gatorade. I hadn't even had a Gatorade up until today. And I went with the 0 sugar Gatorade. I don't know that is much better, but I'm sure it's a little better than the one that's loaded down with sugar. But other than that, I've been drinking water. Hold on, I almost lied again. Because I did have a cup of Kool-Aid about 2 weeks ago. What flavor? Red. So I did have a cup of Kool-Aid like 2 weeks ago. But other than that, I've been doing good. I need to ramp up my exercise. But my diet is much, much better. than it was. So, yeah, all of that to say, my titties done gone down. And I won't be taking a picture trying to show them off. No, I won't be doing that. Because I don't need that kind of attention. Stephanie says, as long as it's in moderation, no worries. And that's kind of the way, like, I for the first about month and a half, I was really rigid. When I decided I'm going to make a change. For about the first month and a half, you talking rigid. I didn't eat no bread, none. I barely had any brown rice or, anything like that. I mean, everything was chicken, broccoli, and brown rice. That was my and boiled eggs. Boiled eggs, chicken, broccoli, and rice. And I was like, I could do this. And I could have. It was pretty good. I was like, like I said, I went to the party. I had a cake. Well, I'm going to eat a cake. Eat a piece of cake. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stop and grab some fries. But again, it was not, like I say, in moderation. In moderation. Did you forego the cilantro in your brown rice? No, if they don't have cilantro, I'm still not going to get the brown rice. No. I can make plain brown rice at home. I guess I could make the cilantro lime rice at home too. But yeah. I'm a work in progress. All right, y'all. I got to get ready. Daryl says broccoli isn't a real vegetable. It feels like a real vegetable when I'm eating it. Tastes like a real vegetable. It's not delicious. It's got vegetable qualities. Thank you, David, because I sure would have forgot. David says, don't remember the intro theme music. Thank you. I'll do that before I leave. Y'all, get out there. Enjoy your day. No matter what happens, be calm. Think things through. Don't overreact. And as always, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.